Look who's here. It's Phoebe and Tina. Hey! Woohoo! We've made it to our first stop of the day. We're at the Salvation Army here in Waukegan, Illinois. It's right off of Lake Michigan, north of Chicago. And we're gonna be here for most of the afternoon, spending time with the people that are here at this homeless shelter. And a lot of the kids are really looking forward to being able just to share the love of God with people that really could use a lift in their spirit.
All of my shame for victory. Victory. I feel my heart run wild and free. Wild and free. There is no place I'd rather be. Rather be. I feel my chains unraveling. Raveling. All of my shame for victory. Victory. I feel my heart run wild and free. Wild and free. There is no place I'd rather be. Rather be. Oh.
So here at this Salvation Army, they got their own little store, and they got service with a smile. Besides ringing bells, what does Salvation Army do?
It brings you closer to God. Yeah.
It's helped you, huh?
Helped me get a closer connection with God. Offering the Bible, chapel service. As you can, as y'all saw, I was on the praise team. I figured God gave me a gift, so I'll give it back to Him.
Well, mostly they have the greatest percentage of saving lives, especially when it comes to addiction, addicts, when it comes to recovery for men and women. Of the years past into the years now, we've saved more lives than anybody on the planet. A lot of people don't know that we have those programs, especially for our adults. We can get them back into their families with their children, and that's what this is really about. Our next generation of kids following God in Christ. So the greatest thing about the Salvation Army is it brings us back on our trail that we were once off. And once it brings us back on that narrow road and we connect back with God, we're truly blessed to make sure that we get our kids to understand that it's okay to fall, but you have to get up and you have to keep going down that path.
Hey Tina, come here. Here, touch that. I just wanted you to feel safe.
My understanding is services other than emergency disaster services, I have the largest Salvation Army warehouse in the state of Illinois.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever had tonight?
Given the company, I can't tell you. You want to talk to me separately? We have a company we work with called American Hotel Distributors. They provide us with chemicals, sheets, pillows, blankets, all the stuff that you would pick up in a hotel, little bars of soap, little shampoos, all that stuff you guys are loading down on before you go home. Well, when they have too much, they give it to me. Well, they called me up and said, you know, we've got some odds and ends here. Do you want them? I'm like, I can sell anything. Just send it over here and I'll try to sell it. They sent me urns. Literal urns. All of the various things that you would, they said there was a funeral home that they had bought the property. They sent us all the stuff. So it was the demonstration models for urns that people could decide what they were going to pick out and put their ashes in. They were all personalized.
I got here last year in March. I had been struggling with addiction and alcoholism my entire life. I started out early. One of the blessings I received through the program, going through the program here, is even though that kind of thoughts they run through my mind, I don't act on them. You know, God has given me the patience to hit the pause button before I actually go into play. I got hope today. Back a year ago, the gym that you see before you would have been worried about, oh God, what do these people think? And I would have to act a certain way to try to impress certain people. And, you know, with God, and one of His greatest blessings is that I don't have to worry about putting on an act. You know, I don't have to worry about putting on a show. You know, we're all unique in our own way. We all bring certain things to the table. And, you know, thank God I was given the opportunity to come here and stay here and work here. Thank you so much for, you know, taking the time out to be with us and share what you guys got going on, you know.
But I used to be a musician, and when I was a musician, I was 18 and I got a contract in Zurich, Switzerland from Ohio. I grew up. And I ended up working lights and sound and ticket sales and shows for really big bands like Michael Jackson, Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd, Elton John, Sting, all these bands, and it ended up being my career for 20 years. And I stayed away from all of their things they got into, their addictions or their money or their fame or what they did. And recently when my mother passed away, I drank with her as a celebration. And then I continued though. That was just right after Thanksgiving this year, or 2018. And so I continued to drink for a week, and then it ended up 2 weeks. And then my mom did pass away, and my sister, who lives down the road, she said, please go to Salvation Army so that you catch it before it catches you, you know, because you've got to raise your son and be a dad and be a good reflection to him. And what inspires me about you all is just your unabashed love for Christ and your freedom of movement and laughter.
Not bad. We are not a bunch of bell ringers. Believe it or not, that's not all that we do. The Salvation Army, first and foremost, everywhere in the world is a church. The United States is the only one who's confused and thinks we're a social service organization. Everything we do is Christ-centered. Now, at the same time, we don't tell anyone you have to be a believer. We're not going to stop you from coming in the door because you don't have the same beliefs that we do. But you will attend chapel at least twice a week. We are a work therapy center. The therapy that we do is to help people who are struggling with recovering from an addiction.
Our real hope and passion, what we do here, is that the guys are going to learn that they need a higher power, and the higher power is God, and you can have a relationship with Him through Jesus Christ.
If you're enjoying these Full Speed blogs, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Thanks a lot.
Mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes. You think I'm here for your turkey? You think I'm here for your gravy? You think I'm here for your red wine? Oh, you're so divine. Mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes.